Good morning. This is Patrick Lee. It's time for Midweek Motivation Live. Good to see everyone on here today. Sal, thank you for tuning in already on the previous broadcast. Other people that were watching, this is Patrick Lee. We want to talk today about tips on being a better human, because that's what everyone needs to know to get through the week, right? I thank everyone for tuning in every week to watch the show, Midweek Motivation Live. Even my mom is complimenting me now on the show. So whenever she gets to watch it, and I love that. And so many people are getting turned on by the show. I love that. The good thing about doing this show on social media, it's on Facebook and YouTube, is that it stays on there basically forever. And people continue to come back and watch the shows. And now I have another company that comes in and we take snippets of the show each week, and we create additional short posts that can go out and motivate people in a short. People that don't have time to watch the whole show have the ability to be able to take a main point from the show and watch the little 1 minute. So we've got minute motivations also being posted also on social media, Facebook and Instagram now as well. So I appreciate that, everyone that watches. The things I want to talk to you today about, really tips on being a better human. I've got 4 or 5 of these today that I want to talk to you about, and hopefully these will help you get through life. These are the things that I try to utilize in my own life as I walk down my path, and hopefully they'll help you in your path. Number 1, the thing I want to talk to you about first is you will be treated according to your position by those who don't know you. Now, there are many of you that know me and many people that know you as well. And the people that know you kind of know how to treat you, right? They understand who you are, where you're coming from, and a little bit of your story. And they will treat you according to that, according to your relationship. But the people that don't know you will treat you according to your position in life. I used to be involved with many multi-level marketing companies, starting over 30 years ago with the late great Amway, and was in Amway for years. And the leader in Amway was Dexter Yeager at that point. He was the master multi-level marketer, ran an organization of tens of thousands of people in the Amway organization. And he was like a guru, a god to the Amway people. And there are also many pastors in your life and motivational speakers, big celebrities. And everywhere you go, those people seem to be treated differently according to their position, right? They may be a regular schmuck like you or me, but because of the position that they have, they're treated differently. People run up to them and want to open doors for them. People want to carry their books, their briefcase. They send a servant to go pick them up at the airport, and they get them checked into their motel. They bring them food, drink, any kind of things that might help them, a fresh cup of coffee. You run to the coffee store down on the corner and you get them a really nice premium coffee and you take it to them. You serve the person according to your position, right? If they're a known leader, they seem to be served. There are many people that have been in the military, leaders, generals. One of my favorite movies, I'm dating myself here, right? Is White Christmas, and the 4-star general that was the leader in the army back during like World War II. He's retired and he's running a ski resort up in Vermont, and no one knows who he is, and he kind of likes it that way. But they're going out of business, and his soldiers who knew him as the general put on a big show. They called all the soldiers and their families up to the resort to stay there and spend money to help the general. And it's the song in that show says, "What do you do with a general when he stops being a general?" That may be how people treat you in your life. I mean, I'm sure it's how people are going to treat you in your life. People will treat you according to the position you have in life. So if you expect to be treated better, then you need to better yourself to try to rise to a position to where that can happen. But while that is going on, never forget where you came from. Because as people treat you according to your position, you need to learn to do the opposite and treat people with respect, no matter their position. And this is just a simple rule that I try to abide by in my life, and I hope that it helps you too. Years ago, I was cleaning the restroom in a place when I was a young man at a place I worked at. And I was in there cleaning the bathroom, and a grown-up came in, an older person I sort of respected. And I said, "Hey, let me get out of the way, man. I'm in here cleaning the restroom. I don't want to bother you." He goes, "Hey, man, everyone in life is important, from the janitor up to the CEO." I've never forgot that. That man always treated me with respect. And I've tried to be that same way in all of the jobs I've had in the past. If I'm the boss, if I'm the manager, if I'm the team leader, if I'm the CEO or the owner, I'm not going to be the kind of person that's above going to clean a bathroom or clean up the counters or clean up the spilled coffee in the kitchen. People will treat you according to your position, those who don't know you. But you need to not be that kind of a person. You need to be the person that treats everyone with respect, regardless of their position. Number 2, this is a big one. It's great to go for what you want in life. I teach you that every week on here. I want you all to go after what it is you want in life. But remember that while doing that, everyone has that same right. Never put someone else down to get ahead. If you do, you're a loser. Just going to tell you that right now. Boom. I have a sound effect on my little board here for dropping a bomb, but it doesn't make the kind of sound that I wanted to say. So I'm just going to hit applause. Don't put someone else down to get ahead. I'll say that louder for the people in the back. Never put someone else down to get ahead. If you have to step on someone else while you're doing what you want in life, trying to go after the brass ring as it is, don't ever step on someone else to get there. Get there on your own merit. Do the work yourself. Y'all give me some likes and loves. Share some comments if this is making sense to you. I sure hope it is. It's great to go for what you want in life, but remember, everyone has that same right. Don't put someone else down to get ahead. It's not worth it. Always remember to speak last. That way, you get the benefit of everyone else's viewpoint before you speak. I heard a story about Nelson Mandela, great leader from Africa, and he was actually the son of a tribal chief when he was a little boy. And I think multi-generations of tribal chiefs in Africa. And he was asked at one point in his life how he became so great. And he said that he went to the tribal meetings with his father when he was a young man, and they always sat in these tribal leadership meetings. Everyone sat in a circle, and his father always remembered to be the last person to speak. And when asked why that was so important, he said, if you speak first, you have automatically negated everything else the person after you says. But if you speak last, you get the benefit of everyone else's viewpoint before you speak. Very, very wise words from Nelson Mandela. If you're in a meeting and you happen to be the leader and you say, this is the problem, this is what I think we need to do to fix it, what do you think? Everyone else's opinion from that point on is going to be sucking up to you. And you're probably not going to get the answers you want or something that's beneficial for you to be able to solve the problem. You already have a preconceived notion of what you want to do. So your opinion being spoken first is going to influence the opinion of everyone else who happens to be under you or in your care, right? In your care. We've talked about that here on the show before too. So you need to always remember that if you speak last, you get the benefit of everyone else's viewpoint before you speak. There is so much wisdom to be found in that. I am guilty of it myself. Yes, Christine, the golden rule. I love that. Thanks for the comment. So this is another point. I've said this on here before too. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and I think God gave them to us that way for a reason. That means you should always listen at least twice as much as you speak. So for years and years, I used to be the guy that didn't say much, and I was always thought to be wiser probably than I was. I think that I was exercising wisdom at the time by not speaking so much. But the main thing I was concentrating on the time was not opening up my mouth and saying something inappropriate or stupid, because I had this fear of not fitting into the crowd that I was involved with, and probably still suffering from an inferiority complex. These people, I don't know why I'm in this room. I don't deserve to be in this room. These people are way smarter than me. And then as I got older and started getting involved in business, I started to realize that no, they're not. Most of those people were nowhere near smarter than me, or as smart as me. And as I continued to be silent, I continued to gain in favor and the thought that other people thought that I was wiser. So it's always remember to speak last. Listen twice as much as you say, and I think that that's going to help you in life. Be acutely aware, point number 4, that sometimes the problem is you. Get out of your own way. Learn to get better. A story in over 100 years ago, maybe 200 years ago, there was a plague going through the world, and it was the black plague of baby deaths. These babies were dying. The mothers were dying shortly after they were giving birth to new babies in the hospital. And this happened to go on and on and on. And the doctors would go in and do autopsies on these women who had passed away. And then they would go back and birth more babies later in the day. And the mothers would be dying shortly thereafter. And science in that time had all of the doctors doing everything that a doctor could do. So one doctor may be a mortician, he may be delivering babies, he may be doing surgeries, but they kept believing that what they were doing was right. But in the end, they found out that the doctors who were not washing their hands and sterilizing after working on doing the autopsies on the women who had deceased were infecting the living women and bringing death upon them. So the doctors who were there to save people were the ones who were also killing people. So be acutely aware that sometimes the problem is you. Get out of your own way. Learn to get better. If you don't know the answer to a problem, man, admit that, right? One of my online friends here at EXP where I work, Tracy Cousineau, made a post this morning about coming back from an event and learning that there is dysfunction in life and in business. And I commented on there and said, absolutely. In the middle of the word dysfunction is the word fun. And I like to say we put the fun in dysfunction. When you find your dysfunction, look at it, recognize it, laugh at it because it's fun, and then learn from it and get out of the way. Learn to get better. So be acutely aware. Sometimes the problem is you. When you're pointing your finger at someone else thinking they're the problem, there's 3 more fingers pointing back at you, right? I say that on here a lot too. So learn to get out of your own way. Learn to get better. If you're the problem, get out of the problem. Hire someone else to do the job that you cannot do. Always hire, and that's a benefit. Hire to your weakness, not to your strength. If there are 2 people that are the same, exactly the same, working together on a team or running a company, one of you is redundant and not necessary. Always learn to hire to your weakness, not your strength. And then finally, this point I want to get across to you is this has been said a lot in business. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. What does that mean? The best leaders are always looking to the right and the left to see who they can help or partner up with. And I think that this is very, very important in life as you're trying to achieve your goals. One of the first things we talked about, tip number 1 or number 2, is it's okay to go for what you want in life. Just remember, don't put anyone else down while you're doing that. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you think that you can do it better and you need to run after what you want with all of your might, then do that. There are many people who call themselves self-made men, but I believe the self-made man usually had a team helping him, supporting him, and serving him to become that self-made man. But that's the second part of this. If you want to go far, go together with a group, with people that are linked arms with you and understand who you are and what the goal is. You've written the goal down. You've made it plain so that they may run who read it, right? If you want to go far, get a lot of people together with you, and everyone works together off of and everyone else's energy. You get that synergy, right? And you have the power, the strength, the resources to go far and get to the journey, the end of your journey. Those things are keenly evident in my life, and it's the thing that I'm constantly working on as well. Like I said before at the beginning of the show, these are some of the things that I use in my own life and always try to be aware of. Let me just recap real fast. Number one tip in life: you will be treated according to your position by those who don't know you. Number two, it's great to go for what you want in life. Just remember, everyone has that same right. Don't put someone else down to get ahead. Number three, always remember to speak last. That way you get the benefit of everyone else's viewpoint before you open your mouth. Be acutely aware that sometimes the problem is you. Learn to get out of your own way. Learn to get better. And finally, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. The best leaders are always looking to the right and left to see who they can help or partner up with. Last story on that is actually a story from the Navy SEALs, one of the great Navy SEALs. I just finished reading the book by the Navy SEALs by Jocko Willink. It's called Extreme Ownership. I recommend that book highly if you want to learn about, being successful in life and this very thing. But they were asked what kind of men make it as a Navy SEAL and become the best of the best at defending our country, right? The Navy SEALs, you've seen the Buds training. They used to have the Navy SEALs TV show, and you would watch these soldiers going through Navy SEAL training. And he was asked which kind of the guys are the guys that make it, which guys are the ones that actually stand out and become Navy SEALs. And he said, well, I can tell you who it's not. And it's the big tough guys with the muscles and the shaved heads and the tattoos. Those are the first ones to drop out. The big tough guys that are there to show everyone else how tough they are, they drop out like a little girl very quickly. Then number two is the athlete, usually the high school or college athlete. They've excelled maybe on the field, but they think that athleticism is going to carry them through into becoming a Navy SEAL. But they also drop out because many of those players have not grasped enough the element of helping your fellow man. So he said the guys that usually make it are usually some of the guys that are skinnier. They maybe come from a smaller town, a smaller, sphere of influence. And when they get in, they're the first guys that are always looking to the right and to the left to see if they can help a buddy who may be lagging behind get caught up. And those people who are always looking out for their other guy, the guy on the right and the left, those are the ones that excel and end up becoming wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Navy SEALs. Because if you can't learn to help your fellow man on a team, you're never going to make it. That's it for today, you guys. This has been Patrick Lee with Midweek Motivation. Like and share this video if it helped you at all. Also, go to my YouTube channel, the Patrick Lee Group on YouTube, and click to subscribe that video. Also, click on the bell, and you'll get notifications whenever I go live. You can also do this on Facebook as well. As usual, at the end of the show, I do this as a service to you for free, and I do make my living by helping people buy and sell homes. We've just added 2 new people to the team, 2 new buyer's agents that are going to be working with a lot of buyers here in our area. We also would love to get your referrals from other areas. If you could refer them to me, simply click on the link that's going to be in the comments below this video on YouTube and on Facebook and get a hold of me, and we would be happy to help you so much. That's been it for this week. Peace. You guys have a great day. I hope this helped you.